Welcome back to Switch to Linux. This is the business edition of the weekly news roundup. These are recorded live Fridays, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Well, if you'd like to get yourself some Switch to Linux gear, head on over to shop.switchedtolinux.com. You can pick up some RM, RF, no preserve root code of conduct. We have Switch to Linux, you fool. We have cats and tinfoil hats. And just a variety of other cool things, including my very nice mouse pad, which my green screen triggers. So you can have a look at anything over there at shop.switchetolinux.com. All right, on to the news of the day. Future release. Be the first to know what's going on with Firefox. Restricting notification permission prompts in Firefox. They did an extensive study, and they realized people don't like pop-up notifications. No crap, Mozilla! You had to do a study to demonstrate that? For the love. But at least they're responding to this. And so basically what they're doing now is as of Firefox 72, I think 70 just came out. So as of Firefox 72, you can more easily disable the notifications. Basically, you can stop pretty much all notifications much easier. I think this is still on a site-for-site basis, but it's going to prevent the same site from popping up a notification over and over. Now, FYI, go into the about:config. You can actually disable notifications entirely from inside of that. And that's what's so cool and good about Firefox. So anyway, they did this experiment, and they designed an experiment measuring a measurement using Firefox telemetry to shows I cannot talk today. Telemetry that allows us to report details around when and how a user interacts with permission prompts without revealing personal information. See, this is one of the things I don't like about Firefox. Stop using telemetries and collecting this type of data, even if it's not anonymized. You have to give people explicit opt-in permission to be part of your tests, Mozilla. So, yes, I agree with what you're doing here, but stop it. You need to be a little bit more open about this stuff. But anyway, so it was randomly chosen pool of study participants for 0.1% of the user population on Firefox release, as well as for all users of Firefox Nightly. I can understand putting it in Nightly. I got no problem if it's in Nightly. All right, the release study additionally differentiated between new users and existing users to account for the inherent bias of existing users towards denying permission requests. The results, basically the results found that on release, 99% of notification prompts go unaccepted, with 48% being actively denied. This is even worse than what we've seen on Nightly, and it paints a dire picture of the user experience on the web. To add from related telemetry data, during a single month of the Firefox 63 release, a total of 1.5 billion prompts were shown to users, of which only 23.66 million were accepted, i.e. for each prompt that was accepted, 60 are denied or ignored. In about 500 million cases during that month, users actually spent time clicking no or not now. Users are unlikely to accept the prompt when it is shown more than once for the same site. We'd previously given websites the ability to ask users for notification every time they visit the site. The underlying assumption is that users would want to take several visits to make up their mind. Turns out to be wrong. Duh! Okay, here's a note for all you guys. Nobody likes pop-ups. For the love, can we just stop these pop-ups? They want to make me blow up. I blew up. I went on fire. Stop with the pop-ups, people. We don't want to see pop-ups. You give me a pop-up on your website, I'm going to leave your website. I don't want to be on your stupid mailing list. I don't want notifications. I want to come to your site, see the information, and leave. And if I have a good experience, I'm going to come back. I don't want to, would you like to be notified? Would you like to be notified? Would you like to be notified? Send for email. Send for email. Look what you're on. What's your on? Ah! You are what's killing the internet, people. You're killing the internet. All right, enough of that. We didn't need a study to do this, people. We didn't need a study. All right, so anyway, around 85% of prompts, let's see, users unlikely to accept prompt when it's shown more than once for the same site. Yeah. Most notification prompts don't follow user interaction, especially on release. The overall number of prompts are already compatible. Prompts that are shown. So, based on this, we've decided to enact two new restrictions. Starting from Firefox 70, replace the default Not Now option with Never, which will effectively hide this prompt on a page forever. So that applies to a single one. Starting with Firefox 72, require user interaction to show notification prompts. Prompts without interaction will only show a small icon. So in other words, you land on a site. If all you're doing is looking at the site, you do not get any notification. So you'd have to actually interact with the site. I'm not sure if that means scrolling, but definitely clicking on a link, looking at an image, filling in a form. That's the only time as of 72 it's going to give you the pop-up prompt. All right. So as of 70, the not now is going to be switched to never, but again, that's only on a single site. I would like to see an option in Firefox making it easier to say, never give me notifications under any circumstance at all, period, never ask me again. Again, you can do that inside the About config, but you can't do that in simple basic settings. Firefox, put that in the simple basic settings. Notifications, notification tab, never notify me. I never want to hear from a website. You're not allowed to ask, period. All right, so when a permission prompt is denied by Firefox, the user still has the ability to override this automatic decision by clicking the small permission icon that appears in the address bar. This lets users use the feature on the websites with a prompt without waiting for user interaction. So there's what Firefox is up to. AT&T, let's get on to some amazing AT&T news. Under the category of, can we just close this company down now? So get info about changes to the mobile share plan effective October 29th. Bill, data and plan prices for select mobile share plans are increasing. Here's the detailed info. Take a look at this marketing. Enjoy more data. Starting with October 2019 bill, you'll get an additional 15 gigabytes of data on your mobile share plan. The bonus data comes with a $10 price increase. Guys, I actually use less than 1 gigabyte. If I were on AT&T and they're like, great news, we're giving you 15 more gigabytes and only charging you $10 more, I'd show them my favorite finger. I mean, reality, man, reality. Not sure which plan you have? Check your account. Then check the table to see how your plan is changing. You can keep your plan, move to another plan, or cancel your service. No more grandfathering for you. Old fogey just kicked the bucket. Mobile share plan, 30 gigabyte data. The old monthly price was $130. The old amount of data is 30 gigabytes. Now you get 45 gigabytes of data for $140. Yeah, baby. So you can kind of see what's going on. So all these mobile share plans in AT&T, if you're on AT&T and you got one of these mobile share plans, your bill is going up by $10 a month, and there is nothing you can do about it. You cannot opt out. You can change to another plan that they have. You can keep the new plan with a new rate, or you can cancel your service. Congratulations. I really think AT&T is seeing what in the world they can do to injure their stockbrokers the most, to their investors the most. I cannot, for the life of me, understand this. Other than to say these are all plans for like high gigabyte data plans and things. So just an FYI, this is insanity. This is insanity. All right, AT&T also makes customers work hard to get the refunds they should actually be getting automatically. So basically what happened is there was a blackout on the sports channels. And there was a court case about this, and AT&T was required to give the money back. Well, they decided they're only going to give the money back if you actively complain. But since they're such a bad company, I have a sneaky suspicion, people, that you can actually go in and just complain, and you'll probably just get some account credits just for complaining about anything and everything. I don't know. Just if you have AT&T, call them up and complain about something. See if they give you a credit to the bill. And if their customer support is as stupid as Verizon's customer support has become in the last 6 months, then you could probably keep calling every month for a while, and you'll just keep getting another outsourced person who's probably brand new on the job, and you can just keep on getting yourself some account credits. So maybe you can just complain your way to get that $10 taken back off your bill again, just get the extra data for free. I don't know. But anyway, if you happen to have this, if you had the DirecTV, AT&T had DirecTV, and you were affected by this sports channel blackout for 2 months, you can actually get a discount back, but you actually will have to call them and complain. They will not give it to you automatically, even though they are supposed to. And on to our feature story for today. Facebook is indeed a quivering little baby. So there was a massive Facebook document leak, 7,000 pages of internal documents. This actually goes back to an old lawsuit going back, I think, as far as 2015. What was the name of this app? So this was an app that would basically scrape through. So 643 is the person who owned the app, and basically it was an app that would go through all of the pictures available on Facebook and sort the women wearing bikinis. And, basically give you information, which is a little scummy, but I mean, hey, this is Mark Zuckerberg, hotornot.com, fame. So no, he didn't do that one. He did one like it. But anyway, this is part of a lawsuit where they are alleging that Facebook had fraudulent and anti-competitive schemes because they pulled API access to this particular app, among other ones. It turns out that after 5 years of this, and we're finally getting this data, it turns out that all of this pivot towards privacy, which we knew they were not pivoting towards privacy. In fact, during this whole time, they're pivoting towards privacy is what they would oftentimes say in their communications. What they would end up doing instead is they were making more and more data publicly available by default without even letting people know. So when you first sign up on Facebook, if you joined Facebook when it was first a thing, it was a very private platform as far as, at least from the rest of the world. Facebook had all that information, but the rest of the world was kind of excluded. But they started to slowly roll out more and more things, in which case, eventually what happened is that it got to the point where nearly everything is public by default instead of private by default. But right in the middle of all of this, they were trying to get a rein on potential competition. And so they were alleging that they were pivoting more towards privacy. And in their pivot more towards privacy, this was actually just a ploy to change the APIs so that they could decide if a company was good to allow to exist or not. And so we get all these types of things. So they literally have an entire general overarching topic simply called the switcheroo, where they're talking about how they're making this idea of the pivoting to privacy, but it's only just about controlling the information that is out there and available. And so they were looking for ways to kill competition. So they would sort every business into a potential customer, a non-potential, customer, basically some of the products. So like Amazon was paying ads, so they gave Amazon as much access to their APIs and information as Amazon wanted. Okay, but we had a case with another chat. I forget the name of this one. Another chat client that was very much in competition with their chat applications, the Facebook Messenger, that they limited their APIs so frequently that it was pretty much unusable. They see WhatsApp as a potential threat, and so they just bought it outright. So we're seeing excessive amount, 7,000 pages of anti-consumer information right when all of these Silicon Valley companies, including Facebook, are under antitrust violations. And investigations, I should say. So it's definitely interesting to see what's going on with all of these leaked documents that all came out from this bizarre court case. It just keeps getting weirder and weirder by the moment. So those are kind of our thoughts. So let me know what y'all think about these comments down below.